Ways to deal with difficulties. 31. Many of our problems stem from attitudes like putting ourselves first at all costs. I know from my own experience that it is possible to change these attitudes and improve the human mind. 32. It is important to diminish undisciplined state of mind, but it is even more important to meet adversity with a positive attitude. Keep this in mind. By greeting trouble with optimism and hope, you are undermining worse troubles down the line. 33. It is particularly effective to use the power of analytical meditation to address problems directly, rather than trying to avoid them. 34. I think no single person who has no problems, but then the important thing is one's own attitude towards these problems. I think with my own close friends, some people with same circumstances always complain. Others obviously have a lot of problems too, but for them, very, very little complaint. So that shows one's own attitude. 35. If you can do something about a problem, do it. If it is impossible, worry is useless. 36. When you are jealous or wish harm on an enemy, instead of stewing over that person's bad qualities, reflect on his or her attributes. Most people are a mixture of good and bad qualities. It is hard to find anyone who is bad in all respects. 37. Since patience or tolerance comes from a certain ability to remain firm and steadfast, to not be overwhelmed by the adverse situations or conditions that one faces, one should not see tolerance or patience as a sign of weakness, but rather as a sign of strength coming from a deep ability to remain steadfast and firm. 38. The only factor that can give refuge or protection from the destructive effects of anger and hatred is the practice of tolerance and patience. 39. It is very difficult to explain in words to a child the value of patience and the importance of it. What is crucial here is to set a good example for our children. If you yourself are very short-tempered and lose your temper even at the slightest provocation, and then you try to teach a child saying, "Oh, you must be patient, patience is important," it won't have any effects at all. 40. The moment we think about others, our mind becomes broader and more open, and then our personal problems appear insignificant. On other hand, if you just think about me, your whole mental focus becomes very narrow and closed, and even tiny problems seem huge.